Hello and welcome to Purple Table Tarot. I am Robin. I will be reading your cards today. We are going to look into the sign of Leo. We will be doing a you and them reading and looking at the nature of looking at the energies that you're both bringing, and also looking at the end result and what is a deeper dive into what is going on actually in the relationship right now. Okay. I'll be working with the main spread with the Greer tarot, and then clarifying with the 5-cent tarot. This message is for Leo. 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 What is going on in your connection? What are the energies? What is going on? What messages does Leo need to hear with regard to this connection? Okay, at the bottom of the deck we have the Page of Wands. Okay, so on your side, Leo, we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Judgment card, the Seven of Swords, and the Star. 3 major arcana. That's quite significant what's going on right now. And for your person, we have the High Priestess, the 8 of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the 5 of Swords. In the current, what is going on right now is the Judgment, the 8 of Cups, and the 9 of Wands. Okay. And in the outcome, we have the Star, the 4 of Swords, and the 5 of Swords. Okay. So, with the Queen of Pentacles, Judgment, 7 of Swords, and Star, like I feel like this, and these energies can be reversed also. So if you resonate more with this side, Leo, then that's your side, and vice versa. Okay, so your person could fall on either side as you can. So with the Queen of Pentacles here, there's a very nurturing, stable energy, and it would appear that you're trying to figure out what to do, kind of making a judgment call. Perhaps something, because Judgment lands in the kind of the main theme of what's happening with the relationship right now. There could have been like a reconciliation, a getting back together recently. We also have the 7 of Swords and the Star. So I feel like there is within you being fairly grounded, nurturing. This is also the self-care card. So you could be in the energy right now of, okay, how do I balance this relationship, or how do I get more in alignment with my self-care, because the judgment is here. And so you're making a judgment call right now about this relationship, because you have been met with the Nine of Wands energy, which is a very guarded energy. It's someone who's taken their lumps, and despite that is continuing on, but is beginning to feel quite battle fatigued. And as a result of that is feeling quite guarded. And that is followed up by the Eight of Cups. So over here we have a guarded energy walking toward you, and then we also have the Eight of Cups walking away. And I feel like there's a lot of hope for you, Leo, in this connection, because we have the Star here. And then we also have the Four of Swords, which is like taking a time out, taking a break, having some personal healing. Like this is a really, I like seeing this card if you or your person has been feeling battle fatigued, that this is an invitation to take some rest, take some respite. And with the Seven of Swords here, maybe there's a part of you that's trying to get away with something. I'm not too sure. That's really interesting energy to be in the midst of 3 major arcana. Given that the Judgment is here and this person's picking up their swords and walking away, trying to sneak off in the middle of the night, like perhaps there's a part of you that feels like you have to keep your feelings under wraps, your intentions under wraps in this relationship, because you're being met with guarded energy. And I say that because the energy is looking this way. So then on their side we have the High Priestess, the Eight of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. So with the High Priestess being here, like this is an invitation to begin self-journey, self-work. Like it's so strongly a card of like inner and deep emotions. And this person, and the thing is with the High Priestess is like she's very secretive, right? She's the keeper of the scrolls, and if she pops up in your reading, you're being invited to start that work for yourself, introspection, developing your intuition. It's also, if it shows up, is, are you trusting your intuition? What has your intuition been telling you? If you have a developed intuition and you've done this work on yourself, then it's saying to pay attention to that. It's also an invitation to do more work, more personal introspection, more emotional work, psychological, like things along that nature. If you haven't ever really quite endeavored on that, you're not too sure what it is. You've heard of therapy, you've heard of intuition, and you've heard of self-work, then this would be an invitation to get started. And the way that you get started is just to begin to come together with other people who are savvy in self-development. So it would appear that this person, in the effort of self-development, that they are needing to walk away from this relationship and plant a new seed somewhere else. But there's conflict about that. There's inner conflict in one's own mind, and there could be conflict with this between you two on, can you do this work in the context of this relationship, or is it that you need to walk away in order to really focus on yourself to get this work done. And there's a progression here. You know, there's the 4 of Swords and then the 5 of Swords. So somebody could be taking a break really soon. And I feel like this energy is on both sides, because the Queen of Pentacles is focusing on self-care and making a judgment call at this time. It would appear that both of them are making a judgment call. And I really love how at the top of the energies, we have 2 cards that really represent self-care, self-focus, self-development, introspection, all good things, but for the individual. So you may have been in this relationship and been like, oh, there's so much guarded energy between us. You know, it's not progressing. Okay, so first I'll clarify the 8 of Cups. Why is the 8 of Cups here? 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 The uprights in this deck, but these 2 came out upside down because I had my deck turned up. Okay. So in the reverse, we have the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups and the Knight of Swords. So, you know, this person isn't feeling in their element right now. They don't feel stable, like, you know, in their emotions or in their heart, you know, and hence that makes sense of, you know, the High Priestess showing up here, of this person needing to upright themselves in their feelings of practical, tangible stability and emotional stability. And I think that this person is going to be communicating that soon. One of the other things that's positive about the King or the Knight of Swords showing up is that they're unstoppable. Like they're going to be going for it. Like hopefully, I mean, they're definitely invited to go on this inner journey. So, you know, hopefully that is their aim, and that's what's clarifying this. But energies can change. They may or may not, you know, like who knows what will happen. But the invitation is here. The invitation is here. And that's probably what this person's intuition has been telling them, or your intuition has been telling you. That you haven't been feeling balanced, and you need to get yourself balanced. And I like how the Judgment is on this line as well. Let's clarify the Judgment. Why is the Judgment here? Whoop. Let's go ahead and put these, I want to put them back in. I think that the message applies, but I also want to see what else pops out because I usually don't take jumpers. And why is the Judgment here? 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 Page of Buttons upside down or inverted. 10 of Wands upright. And the 7 of Pentacles. I said buttons because that's what it is in this deck. It's the 5-cent tarot. So the Judgment is clarified by the 7 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, and then the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. So I feel like this Queen of Pentacles has been feeling, you know, with the 7 of Pentacles, it's kind of like going back to the drawing board. Like, what works, what doesn't. It's a tree that has been watered and nurtured, and there's been a lot of intention put into it, a lot of nurturing energy, right? But it's not, the tree isn't bearing fruit, or at least the fruit that this Queen has been wanting to see, the fruit that the Queen had been hoping for. It hadn't been bearing fruit. So there's also a kind of a back to the drawing board energy with the 7 of Pentacles, where it's like, okay, well, what works? What's worked in the past? What doesn't? You know, whatever. And there can be like a retweaking of the plan. But it would appear that this Queen has been, she's kind of coming to the end of her rope, because there's the 10 of Wands here. Now, the 10 of Wands also coupled with the 9 of Wands, it's like, okay, yeah, the soldier's taken their lumps and is continuing on in the battle despite being battle fatigued. The 10 of Wands is a closing out of this, you know, the Wands are also self-development, action. What does one personal, what, you know, there can be a lot of overwhelmed feelings of this Queen of Pentacles, thinking that she needs to be all things to everybody, you know, and then like, but at the end of the day, she's holding 10 of these wands, and, you know, it's typically a labor of love, like, because the person can totally drop the bundle of wands at any time, but they're trying to make it to the castle, you know, they're trying to make it to the top of the hill. But this person, you know, this Queen energy has faced a lot of obstruction. You know, with the Page of Pentacles in the inverse, there's maybe been some, you know, feeling very fatigued with this relationship. Maybe just holding the coin and not. Oopsie. Okay. All right, so let's do the 9 of Wands. Why is the 9 of Wands here? 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 Two of Swords, Queen of Swords, and the Strength card. Okay, so there's been boundaries up. There's been a guarded energy because this person doesn't know what to do. And given how there's the Queen of Pentacles here and the Queen of Swords here, there could be, you know, they're pulling in their Queen of Swords energy of trying to make a decision. You know, what's going to be the clear mind way. I want to be discerning. Trying to pull on that energy in themselves. But given that this is a relationship, and that's the other thing, the cups that we have is the 8 of Cups and then the King of Cups in the inverse. So I think that, and then we have the Strength card, right? And the Strength card came out the 3rd, which is kind of in alignment with this energy right here. Like, I feel like this person is really being invited to begin a journey of self-integration and self-actualization, because they're out of balance here, and they realize that, they know it with the Queen of Cups or Queen of Swords energy. And so I think that if this person were to walk away, that they're doing it for good reason, if they're going to take this and like focus on themselves, because the strength is self-mastery, right? It's integrating the base desires with the higher mind, and coming to self-actualization, which it looks to me like this person is on the precipice of a self-actualization journey, which is really, really good, because it doesn't matter what, if you're going to be having a romantic relationship, let's say if this is a romantic relationship, and it could not be, this could be a work relationship, like there's a lot of pentacles here, but with this person walking away and all these other cards indicating a need to get back in the upright with their emotions and their tangibles, that looks like that's what they're going to do. That's what they, it's do I do this work within the context of this relationship or not? That's what I'm getting from the Two of Swords here, because this person knows that they've been guarded. And so if you're going to be more guarded, the more insecure you feel about your practical life, and insecure about what you're bringing on an emotional level. And also if you haven't, if there is an issue of an underdeveloped sense of self and character, then that is going to point to developing yourself in order to know who you are and know what you could bring to the table in a relationship, whether it be work or whether it be love. I would imagine it, I think the same can be said, right, in a work or love relationship, but especially a love relationship, because that's your sense of intimacy, that's your sense of emotional, what are you going to bring as it's the Knight of Cups. I thought it was the King of Cups. Yeah, the Knight of Cups in the inverse. So, with that, they're pulling their cup away, their love cup. It says Heartbreaker. Yeah, with this Knight of Cups in the reverse, looks like they might be on the way out, with that being the Eight of Cups, walking away energy for sure. Okay, let's do the Seven of Swords. Why is the Seven of Swords here? 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 Okay, makes perfect sense. So the Nine of Wands showed up on the Queen's side as well. There's been a guardedness, there's a guardedness in between the relationship as it is right now, and also a guardedness which is clarifying the Seven of Swords. The Queen is keeping her guard up because she can feel that the lovers are in reverse. There's discord here. But, despite all that, it's like there's still initiative. So, I think like the Queen, since she is such a nurturing presence, And she wants to, you know, it's also the energy of the long vision as well. I think that she's able to see what what her counterpart is going through and what they're up against. So there is an initiative. There's the Page of Wands here in order to stay engaged, or maybe even an initiative within herself to be walking away. I mean, you know, picking up her swords in the dark of night, freaking split, you know. But that plan, she's not communicating that. I think that that's an internal, this would appear to be an internal process because of the withholding deceptive energy of the Seven of Swords. But it's kind of like you're doing it under the dark of night. You're not showing that. You're not communicating that. You're just trying to figure your own plan out, judgment, and where are you going to go next. Wands, Page. And what is the Five of Swords? Why is the Five of Swords here? 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 Wow. Wow. So the Five of Swords is clarified by the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Messenger. So that's an extra arcana that sometimes independent decks will throw in, like a little bonus card. But that's about being spiritually guided, being protected, divine signs, divinely guided, you know, like. And I like how it's on the side of the intuition, of the self-development. I feel like this person is being divinely guided right now to work on themselves. Because what we have here is a divine pairing. And the Five of Swords is also conflict within the mind, which is a bit of an echo of the Two of Swords energy right here, where the Five of Swords is a conflict of one's own personal thoughts, and there can be many, and also a conflict with the other person about how to think about this situation, how to even talk about this situation, as swords are communication and thought. But I think that this person, given that the Four of Swords is here, that they have done a lot of contemplation on this. Swords energy, a lot of thinking. And there would appear to be a lot of love here as well. A lot of love here as well. Let's go ahead and clarify that Ace of Pentacles. What is this person wanting to start anew? What are they wanting to plant a seed for their long vision, for their long term? What is this new seed? What is it that they want to grow and develop? Why is the Ace of Pentacles here? 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 Okay, well, they're still figuring that out. So we have the Hermit and the Magician. So the Ace of Pentacles is clarified by the Nine of Cups in reverse, the Hermit and the Magician. So that really, to me, echoes this process, this experience of this person wanting to go and do the inner work with the Hermit, finding their own guru, finding their inner guru, soul searching. in order to manifest. And they even get clear on what they want to manifest, because with the Nine of Cups in reverse, we have overindulgence, but it's also the card of personal happiness, and it comes after the Eight of Cups. So it's like, okay, so the Eight of Cups energy happened. There's a walking away. It would appear here that this person is walking away from something that they once cared about, and quite possibly could still care about quite deeply. But they realize they are getting clear about their limitations at this point in regard to where they're at in their self-development, right? And so, you know, with the Nine of Cups, it's like, that's the energy of, okay, what's going to help me feel better? What's going to work? You know, like, I used to really like this. I can go try that and see if that hits the same way. You know, and maybe I could throw a dinner party and share my bounty with others. You know, like, where am I going to get to my sense of happiness? But with it being in the reverse, there's been overindulgence. So perhaps overindulgence, it has been obstructing this person's ability to have the insight, because if you're overindulging, you're clouding your mind. I mean, everything can be fun in moderation, but if it's overindulgence, it means you're doing it a lot. And it can usually, it is typically linked to not wanting to look at the shit, the inner, the emotions, not wanting to feel. Okay. But overall, I get a sense that this person knows that they have to do the work, wants to do the work, but is at the precipice. But another really positive thing is so strong is that the messenger is here. So it's like they're being divinely guided. They're getting intuitive hits about this move, about this journey, about what they need to do, because they haven't been feeling they have been feeling out of balance. And I think that that's what they've been contemplating. Let's just go ahead and clarify the star energy to get more information on the outcome here. I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is really hoping that this person takes this initiative and does this work, because I would imagine that the Queen of Pentacles does see the potential in this person tremendously. But she's also very, very mindful of her own stability and her own self-care, and what does she want? What is going to make her happy, especially in the context of who she wants to bring into her life, who she wants to nurture, who she wants to plant a seed with for the long vision. Because there has been many tries here with the Seven of Pentacles, and you know, the tree hasn't really been bearing the fruit that she's been wanting to see. And with the Lovers in reverse, you know, that's discord, really not feeling the love, you know, not being on the same page, conflict of ideas and whether or not this can work and how it can work, and if, you know what I mean, like what do you need to do? What do I need to do? What do we need to do? I mean, or, you know, there's a lot of logic in it as well. I think that maybe these two people may not, I feel like each person here is having their own individual internal experience and not communicating it, because of the Seven of Swords here and the Five of Swords and the Two of Swords. but they both know. You know, even in the Two of Swords, you have the blindfold on, but it's like you still know, but you got the swords crossed over your chest. There's no communication. All right. Why is the Star here? 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 Yeah. So the Star is clarified by the Ace of Swords, the Death card, or the Emperor in reverse, the Ace of Swords, and the Death card. So with the Emperor in reverse, there's been a sense of control within this. I mean, and this is the outcome. So I think that with the Queen of Pentacles, there's hope in there. I think there's hope in a breakthrough, and there's hope in the ending of things as they are right now. Because like I said, I think that she can see, like, granted, this figure is looking this way. And with that Queen energy, like, queens are they're also very intuitive. They have they're at the top of their game with regard in whatever suit they occupy, and the Queen of Pentacles is earth of earth. And so I think that on a very practical level, like, this queen is able to see on a very 3D tangible, you know, through 3D tangible examples, how their counterpart isn't in this space to show up fully. And so I think that there's hope in the death of this phase, of this this stage. I imagine that the Queen wants to see this person succeed, because ultimately she is about development and growth, and is also quite patient. Very patient. And so I think that there is hope. The Star is clarified by an ending of this person's confusion, an ending of, you know, their underdevelopment. And there can be hope in this ending of what is going to come next for her, because this has been hard. It's been hard to hold the patience with this. And, you know, she's you know, kind of gathering up her swords and gonna split, exit stage left here, because, you know, an initiative in some other direction, because the relationship as a love relationship is not working out. It's not bearing fruit. It's not coming together. And you know, and I think that in a way for her to feel like she is in control, because we don't have control over another person's process. We just don't. So there's like a giving up energy, and not like I'm giving up, but like more like a surrendering energy to trust that this person is going to go and find themselves. Whether or not these two folks stay engaged on any kind of level, we don't know. I would imagine, given that the Queen of Cups is here and the King of Cups is here, and it's in the outcome, that there's a lot of hope in that, because I believe that these two people feel like that there is a divine pairing here. It's just that they're not at the same level of development. So in the ending of this confusion, of this imbalance, there's hope to get to the Queen and King of Cups. and a way for her to feel more in control of what she can control, which is herself. That is, we have judgment on her side. We have, initiative on her side. And we do have the Ten of Wands, which is like this. She's been bringing in a labor of love so far, seeing it through. So while this is also, while it can be hard for her sometimes to stay so patient and grounded, she wants to see it through, the accomplishment. So it would look to me, it would appear in the what we have on the bottom of the deck, the Empress. Another divine pairing, the Emperor and the Empress. But the Emperor is in the reverse. So her Emperor is not in balance right now. It would appear to me that everything that I just said is like the Queen's trying to figure out where she can go, what she can do. Is she gonna, I would imagine she's probably gonna stay present because she's also observing. She's looking this way, so she's observing this. And she's also very mothery, and same with the Empress, very nurturing energy, very, very mothery, very nurturing, very loving, and loving in like a very unconditional way, so I think that this person has patience for and can see clearly what their counterpart is going through and what they need to do, and it's like, okay, they're honoring. I feel like she is honoring this person's process and is staying hopeful, that there could be a resurrection on some level. I get a hanging in there energy with the Queen, but not surrendering her own sense of happiness around it. That she can still hang in there and be present, but also, take initiative into finding and accessing what is going to make her happy and what is going to contribute to her long-term stability and contribute to the continuation of her long-term stability. Because she's already got stability, being the Queen of Pentacles. But I'm trying to find the cups on her side. Shouldn't have any cups on her side. And if anything, the Lovers, it's in the inverse. So it's like, that's what's missing. That's what's missing. So she's got a lot of self-love and a lot of patience and care and nurturing for herself and this other person, but who's giving her the love? There's seems to be a very strong focus on this other person. Like this other person is kind of getting all the nurturing and then also really thinking about themselves, and then is gonna, is kind of being invited to, do more of that, but in a very insightful kind of development kind of way on account of the strength here of self-integration. Because that's the thing. If you're not self-integrated, then you're not able to even bring a cup. You can't offer a cup. You're the Knight of Cups in reverse. Because you may not even know what's in your cup. What goes into your cup that you can offer. Okay, so these are going to be some key words for this reading here, for these energies. Empowerment and freedom. I really do feel like that's for both of them, but yeah, empowerment and freedom. But I felt that initially for the Queen of Cups side, because just bearing witness to this kind of thing, and then, you know, freedom to go find their love, you know. Okay. Generosity and good luck. Nothing but generousness and, you know, good luck. And mystery and magic. The whole process is mystery and magic. This process right here, this invitation, that is all about magic. It's a ego death, it's a restructuring, it's a real kind of who am I journey, which is humongous. It's huge. It's huge. Anyone that's been through an ego death knows. Let's get an animal card here. Ooh. I'm gonna pick some spirit guide, animal, spirit of the animals. These are always so nice. Such like a nice little vitamin, nice little supplement to a reading. Empowering messages and loving messages. Okay, so what do we have here for these two, Spirit? What do we have for these two? Giraffe, visionary. Rise above earthly matters. Glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path. Stand tall in your self-worth and love with a big heart. Tiger, fire. I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. And I'm really feeling that with the Knight of Swords energy over here. It's kind of like a cheerleader to say, you know, go for it. Go for that self-healing. Aw. And on the bottom we have Puffin, partnership. Accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. With that, I feel like, and with this, I feel like there would still be a connection of some kind, you know, be it a friendship, mentorship, you know, staying present despite these individual journeys going on. Okay, and lastly, we'll get a couple of flowers. Daffodil, the sun shines brighter when you are here. Oh, that's so sweet. Carnation, keep going, keep growing, be unstoppable. Oh, I love it. I love it. The sun shines brighter when you are here. And keep going, keep growing. Oh my God, you guys. That really just sums up the whole thing. I really do think that that's going to be the energy that comes through and supports this piece, because these people really love each other. There's a lot of really good, like, there's a lot of love there on a very soul level. And there's a lot of compassion and empathy for this whole process and each other and all the things. So that is what I have for you, Leo. I hope that this helped and that this was informative. Share, like, and subscribe, all the things, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.